King Jesus, King Jesus. Okay. Hey, I want to talk about today our healthcare system in America. You know, when I was a young child, my impression was that healthcare was largely a private enterprise. In other words, you didn't really have the big pharmaceutical companies and corporations really that much involved in medicine as you do today. Neither did you have insurance companies all involved in your private health care. It was basically between you and your doctor. And your privacy was protected. You know, in my mind, I had the image of this good old doctor who looked after his patients without the involvement of third parties. And that doctor was an advocate for his patients. As times have changed, things have changed. Now, the health of Americans is not a protected right anymore. Corporations have discovered in medicine a cash cow. The sicker you are, the more they're going to get paid. So your right to good health has been abandoned largely in favor of corporations and their profits. You are being used as a herd from which corporations can milk money out of you through medicine and your health. And that brings me to the current epidemic in America, the polio epidemic. They're not calling it a polio epidemic outright. They're saying that it's an enterovirus infection. They're calling it an enterovirus infection. And matter of fact, they're calling it Enterovirus D68. Well, that's what polio is, an infection by D68. So it's polio. It's polio. And it's really infecting a lot of children across the U.S. There has not been this many cases of polio since the 1950s and early 60s. Now you might wonder why this is occurring at this particular time. Well, actually, polio infections have been associated with the use of particular pesticides for various crops. The main pesticide that it's associated with is lead, hydrogen, arsenic. So the use of lead, hydrogen, arsenic weakens your body to allow this infection in Enterovirus D68 to enter your central nervous system to cause polio. Doctors know this, and organized medicine know this, but they're not telling you that this is a polio outbreak, because once they label it a polio outbreak, they would have to look for the cause, and they very well know the cause. The cause is the use of lead, hydrogen, arsenate in Monsanto's RoundUp ready crops pesticides that they're using on their crops. It says Monsanto is immune from any prosecution for its use of pesticides or for growing its GMO crops. No matter what it causes on your health, whatever your health consequences, there's nothing you can do to Monsanto about it because they're a government-protected corporation. And I don't understand this. Apparently, President Obama signed a bill that allowed Monsanto to do this. It's called the Monsanto Protection Act. I don't understand how he must have been really misinformed. You know, he's a political scientist and he's not a biological scientist. And maybe he just don't understand what he has allowed by signing that bill. Now, I just want to tell you how the mainstream media is also participating in fooling you out of your health. CNN article says a respiratory virus that has sent hundreds of children to hospitals in Missouri and other places is causing alarm across the Midwest and beyond. The Midwest is where we grow most of our crops and where the bulk of RoundUp is used, and in California too, where this Enterovirus D68 has hit also. It's really wreaking havoc all across the country, except possibly Florida and a few other places. It says enteroviruses, which bring on the symptoms like a very intense cold, aren't unusual. They're actually very common. That's a lie. So they're saying this is a seasonal flu-like illness, but this D68, of all the enteroviruses, this is the one that causes polio. Since there's been an unusually high number of hospitalizations along with paralysis. One doctor says he's practiced for 30 years in pediatrics, had never seen anything quite like this. So I wanted you to know this, that you can thank RoundUp, and in this case, even though I've supported President Obama, I don't understand how he could sign that Monsanto Protection Act, allow them to use this poison to poison the American people. This lead hydrogen arsenate. And it's a shame that they used it because, you know, if you were trying to get away from eating meat to maintain your health, because eating meat or things from animals, the flesh of animals, weakens your immune system, and also drinking acid sodas weakens your immune system. And if you were trying to lead a more healthy life by getting away from that, here you have Monsanto poisoning the fruits and vegetables so that you can't get away from being poisoned. I don't know if you can even, eat organic fruits and vegetables that you're safe. What I would tell most people is to grow their own food so they know what is going on with their food, and don't eat flesh or drink acid. I mean, that's what I try to do. I try to get organic food, and I don't eat meat, and I don't drink sodas, especially the colas. Whether they have sugar or not, it's the acid that is harming you. So, I mean, it's hard to live now. Look out for yourself. We've been dumbed down to not understand what's going on, so the corporations can use that knowledge to take advantage of you and make money off you and treat you like basically a cash cow source. So that's what I have to say. Sorry.